What's up, everyone? Happy New Year, and welcome back to another This or That, kicking off 2022 in the right way. Presented by Verizon. I got my man Mark Z here with me. You closed 2021 on This or That. You're kicking off 2022.
Where's Kobe?
Where's Kobe?
Where's Kobe?
That will be the most commented thing, I guarantee it, in the YouTube
Please
comments.
no.
Do not worry, he will be back in the near future. But for now, Mark's gonna help me kick off 2022 in the right way. It's been a wild off-season. We've got a lot to cover ahead of Lock In that kicks off just this weekend. Let's see what we got. Off-season takeaway. Was this truly the wildest LCS off-season we've ever had? Or would you pick literally any other off-season for wildest?
So, part of my answer will obviously be recency bias.
Yes.
In my head, I'm like, Bjergsen unretiring and swapping teams is a huge franchise player changing. That has happened before with Doublelift leaving CLG and then going to TSM at the time, which was like the biggest news ever. But I still feel like all the other changes that happened this offseason is pushing me towards it a little bit.
Yeah, I'm trying my best to come up with devil's advocate arguments for any other offseason. While I do think there are plenty of crazy offseasons.
Most of them are crazy in
the
NA.
LCS. I'm going to align with you. I think it's this for a couple reasons. Number one, you've got the most prolific LCS player in the world coming out of retirement, but not only that, he's swapping orgs, which I do think is big, even if it's happened before with big players like Doublelift. Number two, role swaps. People like Fudge moving to the mid lane after having a wildly successful year in the top lane. On Cloud9 as a young player, I almost wanted to see him continue to run, run with some room there in the top lane. But okay, he's going to try
set the arc, do it again.
Yeah, it could be horrible. It could be great. But then, for me, the kicker is the number of players that don't have a team.
That's a great point. That solidifies it a little bit more for wildest offseason.
Jensen, Jizuke, gone. Alfari, gone. Perks, back to EU.
Sword Art, bye.
What is going on? All these massive acquisitions that just disappeared, and they're players who wanted teams. Some of them, yes, found them in LEC, but the fact that Jensen's teamless this year is just wild to me.
Yeah.
Next one up on the board, more impactful change for the LCS. Is it going to be the teleport changes, or is it going to be objective?
Easiest pick of my life.
Really?
Teleport, yes. This is something that, yeah, you'll get more gold. It'll change, exactly when you get gold breakpoints. I think teleport will totally change the meta. We were talking about this on the dive earlier. I mean, first off, bot lanes, what is it going to do to them actually? There's a lot more enchanters cropping up right now because you can't just slap a ward behind them, TP, and then dive them.
Right.
You can't use that anywhere else aggressively on the map for the first 15 minutes of the game. That's so much of the early game plays in League of Legends.
Yeah.
And then does that mean top lane goes, you're just tanks now, that it doesn't matter? Do you go all ignite aggressive? Are you playing more individually for your lane? I think it changes up the entire meta, whereas this is like, yeah, I got some gold.
Okay. So again, I actually do agree with you, but I'm going to kind of, I know,
Oh,
Mark,
this is great.
You are so smart, but that's maybe why we do need to get Kobe back, because you and I agree too often. Teleport, here's the thing I think teleport is going to affect pro play more. I think that the objective bounties affects solo queue more.
This will be very swingy in more swingy environments, maybe.
Exactly, whereas in pro play, you get a lead. I don't really care that the other team has objective bounties, because if we're a good enough pro level team, we should be able to continue to shut them out and win with the advantage.
Or
a
couple extra 100 gold is
not going to make a big difference, right? And I was in the control room watching your guys' conversation. I do agree that I think Azael, called out some fears with teleport. I'm a little scared that
he's a doomer.
We're gonna get tank versus tank in the top lane forever now, because nobody wants to you can't make plays elsewhere, so just survive in the top lane and become effective later, things like that. So I do think that this is gonna have a bigger effect on pro play, without a doubt. Teleport, objective bounties, we'll see.
This
Prove
is
me
a good
wrong.
slide right now.
Prove me wrong. Who will appear in the LCS first? Is it gonna be Vex, or is it gonna be Akshan? I think it's going to be Vex, personally. And I think that's because I'm going to assume that Vex has more compositions that she can just fit into more reasonably. Akshan, 80k, he's a marksman, right? Is going to be more easily abused. And so I think counter pick opportunities, definitely. But Vex, I think you could slot into more compositions.
We're gonna disagree here.
Okay.
We're gonna disagree for the first time. I'm going Akshan because people like playing him. I don't know if it does. Do people like playing Vex?
I don't know. I've never played Vex myself.
I see Lorlo tweeting up.
That fear is annoying as hell, though.
Yeah, it's maybe stronger, but people actually like playing Akshan. I'm watching Lorlo's stream. He's got highlights up all the time. It looks crazy. If you really like a champion and think you can find a niche for it, pro players are still people. They're gonna try and wiggle this one in.
Fair enough.
And I think someone wants to make the big highlight plays that you can make with him, and so they're gonna find a reason to sneak him in before Vex.
To be clear, I think both are going to get played.
Yeah.
Absolutely in the LCS.
Yeah.
It does say first, I'm going to go Vex, you're going Akshan. We'll find out this weekend because I guarantee you one of them will get played. Which fans will be better off at the end of spring? Is it going to be Cloud9 fans or TSM fans? Honestly, oh, wow.
So one thing that matters, like, what's better off? Is it just results, or is it like your mental health as a fan?
So I was gonna say, I'm gonna go with Cloud9 because win, lose, you know, success, failure as a team, content. There's gonna be content.
Someone's winning or losing.
It just doesn't matter if you're winning games or losing games. There's gonna be great stuff coming out of the Cloud9.
The problem with that is that you are a Cloud9 fan, so when everyone's laughing at you, you're not gonna feel good.
That's true.
See, LS, I love him for what he said in his AMA, but he hyped his team up and set very high expectations, which you know people are gonna meme you for as a fan of Cloud9. If TSM kind of flops, you know, like, people were talking about development year, they're doing more things, and it doesn't feel like they set their expectations quite as high, and it's a whole new kind of era, so I feel like, well, we're talking about the negative angle. Positive angle?
Yeah.
Cloud9, maybe more likely to actually work out.
Right, okay. So I think positive angle for Cloud9. Well, I still think it's a positive that win or lose, you know, you're going to have fun. If you're a Cloud9 fan, you're going to have fun content come out around the team. You've got a coach who's willing to put big words out onto the table and try to back them up. We'll see if that happens. The one thing I will say for TSM is you can at least come away, again, win or lose, by saying my org finally changed direction a little bit, right? We were the team that always built around Bjergsen, you know, went for some more well-known or, you know,
C9 scares me. Too much volatility. I'm splitting the difference. I'm going TSM.
Okay, I'm going Cloud9 though still. All right, next up we have this, that, or the other thing. Most likely to go Super Saiyan in Lock In.
This is a little unfair,
Jojopyun,
isn't it?
Fudge or Bjergsen.
You have a role swap mid laner for the first time.
And you've got
a Zoomer from Fortnite who's just, you know, really getting into the league scene.
Yeah, and then
the greatest North American
the old god of Bjergsen.
Like they're like trying to go Super Saiyan. He's like already SSJ4, you know?
Well, but is he still there? Right? Because there's been a lot of talk about, you know, where are Bjergsen's skills actually? You know, he's obviously still got the brain, but does he have the hands? He's been, you know, behind the keyboard, you know, the keyboard in the...
Most likely to go Super Saiyan Lock In, you would have to be crazy to not go with the, like, 5-time MVP.
I'm going with this one right here.
You are crazy then.
I'm going Fortnite
You have drank
Zoomer.
too much of the copium.
Jojopyun! Come on, like I'm going.
Stop talking to EG staff.
Hey,
they got a house they can sell you.
It's your fault. I watched Hotline League. Oh, no. You're done. He sold me on it. He sold me on it. No, I'm gonna go here. I do think it is obviously the riskier choice.
Yeah.
Without a doubt, when you've got Bjergsen in the lineup. But I'm gonna go here because I think if enough things go right, if enough things fall into place, this is the kind of player that will capitalize and look insane as a result.
Well, and expectations playing too. Like Bjergsen having a good game, no one's gonna be like, wow, he really popped off. But like a good game from them will be surprising, yeah.
So I think that's why I'm gonna go with him. There's a little bit of that bias there, but we'll see. If you had to bet Dash's house on one team winning Lock-In, I don't know why we're betting my house, but okay. Is it going to be Team Liquid, 100 Thieves, or Evil Geniuses?
Do I just want to troll you and lose your house and bet on the team I don't think's going to win?
Yeah. Well, what's interesting here is they already put my face in the 100 Thieves camp. They put you in the Team Liquid camp.
And EG,
and then you're calling slot machine.
Like I'm cutting deals, you're like moving.
So yeah, I'm pushing my house all in on 100 Thieves. I think this is conventional wisdom would say 100 Thieves. They won summer. They've kept the roster the same. I know there's talk about Tenacity playing in the top lane, but the expectation would be that a well-practiced 100 Thieves should take it. Obviously, Team Liquid, I think, is a front runner as well because of just the caliber of players. And that's actually where I'm going to go.
Oh, I thought you were going to go conventional wisdom.
No, I'm going to go here.
The thing that scares me about that is there's been rumors potentially that Core JJ will not be starting a Lock-In tournament. Will he get there by the end? Who knows?
Okay,
Ayla, no shade, but, you know, former MVP there in the support position. Like, this just feels so safe. I'm scared of risk. This just feels like literally a mortgage, you know? The housing market is so safe except for 2008.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, just don't let that
Don't just ignore that time where it wasn't safe. And it's so safe.
Yeah, we're definitely not entering another bubble market right now with risk of that happening. Okay, you're going 100 Thieves, safe. I'm going to go with Team Liquid because I do think Bjergsen's going to come in with something to prove. Even though they might be missing Core JJ, I think they can do it. All right, next up, we have best way to start off a new league season. Is it with a new battle station for ranked, or is it vibing in norms and Arams with the homies? Okay, first of all, that's never happened. That group of people has never played league together in a league game together. You, me, Raz, Kobe, and Freak.
Who's the sixth?
I don't know who that is. I'm sure we'd have a great time.
Yeah.
But that specific set of 5 has never played a game
That
of league
said-
together. Maybe it would be the best way to start off a new season.
Probably. I would rather have fun with my friends, just chilling, trying out new items, doing some troll stuff. Because the thing is, you can get very frustrated very quickly with all the new things going on.
Yeah.
But if you're with friends, you just laugh about it.
That's a great way to learn. Honestly, Arams with friends, where it's low stakes, you get to mess around with all the items,
Yep.
try the new champions, and all that kind of stuff. That's a great way to learn and get familiar with the new patches. Obviously, if someone's offering me a free new computer and whole setup, like that's gonna be sweet, but I'm going to make the assumption that this isn't somebody volunteering all this stuff to me and building this setup for me, right? Yeah, I'm like, if that's the case, I'm sorry, friends. I'm taking the new setup.
Dash wants the money. Got it. Figured it out.
But if it's
He's
not,
selling us all.
if it's not gonna be done for me, then I'd rather
For a new office.
I'd rather
All right,
hang
thank
out
you. I
with friends.
appreciate that.
That's it.
Oh.
That's our episode of
Nice to end on, huh?
Screw my friends.
Yeah.
All right, that's it for our first episode of This or That, presented by Verizon here in 2022. Don't forget, Lock In starts on Friday this week. It's 3 days per week when it comes to Lock In. Then we shriek down to 2 per week with the regular season, a couple super weeks peppered in there. Mark, thank you so much for filling in. I know you've had a marathon day. We're gonna say goodbye to you all. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all that junk. Throw questions into the chat for future episodes, and we'll catch you next time. Peace out.